from La Guitars. I'm here with Mike Orlando, who is doing his record launch this evening for Omerta with Adrenaline Mob. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks, guys, for coming down. It's a pleasure to be doing something with La Guitars.
You gonna show us your gear?
Hell yeah, man. Let's go over to the pedal board.
Cool.
All right, man. This is basically my my pedal board for the show tonight. The touring rig is a little different. It's going to be a whole switching system built by Rocktron, but tonight I've scaled it down. Basically, this is my new Rocktron Signature Wah, Mike Orlando signature pedal, which is a pretty amazing pedal. I mean, it has just a couple of features on it: bass, classic, normal. But the greatest thing about it is it has a mix feature where you can mix in the amount of wah if you want on it. So that's a really cool feature. Digitech whammy pedal. I use in songs like Undaunted and stuff like that. You know, some cat school and stuff like that, and you know, all that good stuff. I got an Eventide Harmonizer. Just started working with these guys. It's a pitch factor, and it's great for diatonic thirds, fifths. There's some songs like Angel Sky and a song called Believe Me on the album. So I use it for those solos. It's really great. It's clean. I run it through the effects loop with the Marshalls, and really, really pristine harmonizer. The best. We got an MXR Phase 90. Classic, EVH. Can't go wrong with that. Absolutely love it. Boss Chromatic Tuner. Good old faithful. We have a Boss Super Overdrive, SD1. One of my favorites. Been using it since I'm probably 14 years old, man. Not that exact one, because it would be decrepit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Boss Chorus Ensemble. Splits the rig. So basically, it comes out, and when we get to the amp section, I'll show you how. This is my Marshall Jmd One Switcher. So I'm basically running a wet-dry rig. Okay. So the delays just come out of the, the Marshall Jmd One. Basically, just have a rhythm. I have a boost solo, dry, a boost with a solo with a little bit of slapback, a little 360 maybe, something like that, milliseconds, and then mode delay, which is my name actually, by the way. So get a little mode delay there,
Very cool.
a little bit longer. I think maybe it's 480 milliseconds or 500.
Okay.
And just to bank up and down. And that's basically my kind of club rig.
Now let me ask you a few questions here.
Yeah, man.
In your chain going into the face of the setup, obviously you're going straight into your wah.
Yes.
And then I see you going into the whammy pedal.
Yes, I do.
Into the phaser.
Yep.
And then into the overdrive. Now, why would you be placing the Phase 90 in front of the overdrive pedal?
I just kind of, I like the way it pushes. It's after the overdrive. Sometimes to me it seems like the overdrive pushes the phaser too much.
Okay.
So I kind of leave it before. I'm sure it's a little unorthodox, but
it is kind of unorthodox.
Yeah.
That's why I asked you.
It just, for my ears, it seems a little cleaner, And then I boost it with that afterwards.
So the only thing on this board going through the effects loop is the Eventide.
That's it. Like I said, yeah, this is a stripped down version. My touring rig, when we go out for the Adrenaline Mob tour this year, will be a complete Rocktron switching system, the MIDI Raider switcher, a Patchmate loop system, and all of the pedals will be integrated into the rack, and I'll just be able to have my switching station here.
Much
and
more efficient setup.
All true bypass. It's really nice. We have the Rocktron expression going into the effects loop and we're going to run a wet, dry, wet rig. And it's obviously all Marshall. So this is the amp section, and basically I'm running the new Jmd One Marshall. This is where I get the wet tonight, where all the delay kind of comes through. Incredible head, just amazing. It has a digital programmable front end preamp, so you can have different sounds. It's MIDI controllable. Just incredible. So many different variations of Marshall tones that you can achieve with it. I just love it. And then I go over to the old, the faithful. This is the balls of the rig. The JCM 800.
And is this an original JCM 800?
Yeah, this is an oldie but a goodie.
Awesome.
I try not to take it out too much, because it's I cherish it. I don't want it to get killed on the road. This is a JCM 2000, and again, I split a cabinet over on the other side,
okay,
on John's side, which is the 2000, and I keep the JCM 800 and the JMD over here, and I do a wet dry on this side.
You've got a couple of different cabinets here. This looks like it's a vintage 30 cab.
Yes. Vintage 30s. This was a classic 1960A JCM 800, but we gutted them completely, every one of them. And they have, actually, in the speakers are X patterns of vintage 30s, this is the 60-watt versions, and actually classic lead 80s, which is a really cool combination. And I do an X pattern of it, and I just love the tone.
Absolutely.
You know,
it gives you the frequency.
yeah, it
response.
seems to create a sweet spot in the whole mid-spectrum, because the classic lead 80s are voiced for obviously soloing, and the JCM 800s through the vintage 30s is just chunk, you know. So it's a cool. I mean, to my ears, it's pretty cool.
Cool.
We'll go down and we'll check out the guitars. I'm with Charvel Jackson now, the one and only. Yes. This is one of the new Charvel Desolation series, which is an amazing spin on your classic style Les Paul guitar. Pretty amazing, man. It's got a really thin neck on it, 24 frets, double, floating Floyd, and it's just beautiful, man. I love it. Beautiful matte finish on it. The back of the neck comes sanded, so it's really smooth, and it's you know, it's great for shredding. It's got a thin neck, and the radius is kind of flat, so it's again, it's a shredder, man. It's
Very, very nice looking guitar.
Oh,
I saw a few of the similar models at the NAMM show recently, and
Yeah, man.
really look nice.
yeah, they're sharp. The whole Desolation series is pretty amazing, man.
How
You-
many different tunings are you using for the set?
Well, in the album, there's a lot of different tuning on America, but we scaled it down live to not make it so bad. So we brought everything down to one general tuning,
Okay.
and which is usually, I believe we're doing the whole step down, and then we drop C. Yeah, so we get it nice and chunky.
What gauge strings are you using on them?
I am a GHS man, been them forever. Hardcore GHS, love them. And I use a variation, a custom gauge from 9.5 to 52. And you know, so it's a hybrid set. I was always a fan of the TNT boomers, where they were kind of like low and high, you know, the hybrid stuff. So it's really cool, man. This is definitely a beast. I love it. The Jackson Soloist.
Yeah.
One of the greatest necks I think I've ever felt. You know, just incredible. I mean, the feel is so smooth. Obviously, I did a different finish on the guitar because I love the matte look, and I like to get all my crazy, you know, picking spots. Just kind of like shears the damn paint right off of it.
It almost looks
you know?
aluminum in some
Yeah, it's really cool. And what I did is I took the pickup rings off, and I mounted the screws to the body. Get a little more, you know, a little more chunk, a little more definition. Depth runs through the guitar. Floating Floyd, and it's awesome. The neck is so smooth.
Very
you know. All right, let's see. Next one up, one of my favorites. I love this guitar, Charvel SoCal. Just rocking, man. You know, this guitar, the classic, you know, kind of Eddie look. To me, I'm a huge Jake E. Lee fan. Like when he first joined Ozzy, yeah, man. I mean, Jake rules. So this is,
happening, Jake?
dude, Jake. You know, amazing story about Jake, and I was so depressed about it. The last show of the tour of the 2011 tour we did when we went out with Godsmack and stuff. The last show in San Francisco, Jake was coming up to play High Wire, and we had a horrible breakdown of the trailer, and we couldn't get to Vegas. It was Vegas, I'm sorry, and we were in San Francisco, and so we did make the show, and I didn't get to play High Wire with Jake. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So, you know, this is my tip of the hat, you know, to Jake, man. I love it.
That's very cool.
Classic 22 frets.
Now,
you know.
here at DiMarzio car, are you using fairly the same pickups in every guitar? Or?
Not really. In the SoCal, I have a Tone Zone
Okay.
and an Evolution.
Okay.
And I do a really cool, I do different kind of splits. Everybody asks me about the tape, and I just really pick really hard, man. And they end up going, you know, and they get stuck under there, and it's like, wow, that was a great note you hit. It's like, no, I didn't hit that note.
Yeah,
Yeah, but a lot of cats ask that,
Yeah.
man. And it's like, you know, but you know, we do a cool throw with the pickups. You know, bridge, number 2 position. I think we do the 2 outer coils,
Okay.
and then the mids 4 is the 2 inner coils, I believe. And, you know, just the neck. It's kind of you get like the glassy telly sound I love, you know, so much. I could hear the kind of picking. Yeah, as far as the pickups in the other one, the Jackson has evolutions.
Okay.
2 evolutions. Let's see. Evolutions.
Okay.
In the Desolation as well. This is just a backup guitar here, which is an old Vigier of mine.
Ah, very cool.
Old Faithful, you know. It's just a backup. I don't really play it
Beautiful guitars.
anymore, you know, because I am a tried and true Charvel Jackson guy. But you know, we just kind of threw it in just in case something breaks down. Because different tunings.
Yeah.
These are all drop C tuned, and the Jackson is a drop A.
Okay.
But I keep the Vigier just in case, and it's standard tuning.
Okay.
So there's no, you know, nothing dropped on it. And that's pretty much Guitar World for today.
Very, very cool. Thank you very much, Mike. For
Yeah,
showing us
man.
your
Thanks a
kit.
lot, guys, for checking out the rig, man.